Hello, Las Vegas.
Good morning.
Welcome to Inman Connect. I'm Chris Lim, founder of Climb Real Estate.
And I'm Christine. I'm the president of Climb Real Estate. Welcome to the pre-show.
Pre-show.
You're here on a Monday. Thank you guys all for coming. We have an incredible lineup of speakers, panelists, as well as a new format where we're going to be having some workshops and breakouts where you can actually get some real great practical executions of the things that we're going to chat about today. So we're really excited to have you here. And to get this kicked off, we have an incredible inspirational speaker, Mark Choey, one of the co-founders of Climb.
We're really excited to invite Mark to the stage. He's going to share with you a really inspirational story about building from a team to a brokerage to an acquisition to now a national franchise. So, Mark, we'll let you kick it off.
Thank you, guys. All right, Vegas, Inman Vegas, ready to do this year? All right, let's go. All right, let's see. Climb, San Francisco. We started this, Chris and I, a while ago, and we just wanted to tell you the story and tell you a little bit about the lessons we've learned from it. I think it would be a great way to start the show. Let's rewind to 2006. My son, Mason, he was born 13 years ago, and I know a lot of you guys have kids, and what happened for me was a very, very visceral experience, and when he came out, it became very real for me, and I said to myself, my gosh, I can't mess around anymore, can't joke around anymore. Someone is really depending on me, this human being that came out of nowhere. So that was my big why. And that got me started on my little venture here. All right, next slide, please. This is San Francisco about 13, 14 years ago. On the bottom left is this patch of green there where it was a driving range, a golf driving range. Who's been to San Francisco lately? It doesn't look like this anymore, and this was just about 13 years ago. Okay, so I saw this big greenfield opportunity. This was downtown San Francisco. And that area where there's a lot of low-lying buildings was a plan to add 30,000 more housing units. So I said, oh, there's an opportunity here. All right, let's go to the next slide. I whipped out a business plan, 2006. I put something together. I presented it to my partner, Chris, and a lot of things came out of that. One, there was going to be a huge increase in housing in San Francisco. 30,000 units. They still haven't built enough. Fragmented market. There was a lot of people, a lot of brokerages, but no one was a dominant player in the area. And then we felt like customers were underserved. The specific customer we were talking about were the urban customer. So an urban yuppie, millennial living in a condo building or an architecturally significant building, lofts. We were both from the East Coast, from New York, so we felt like San Francisco was ready for an urban brand, and that's what we decided to start. We also thought that current internet technology was underutilized. Back then, a lot of people were going to real estate brokerages websites, and Zillow and Trulia just started coming around, and I thought, you know what? People are not going to be going to brokerage websites anymore. They're going to be going to Zillow, they're going to be going to Trulia, they're going to be going to Craigslist, they're going to be going to housing maps, and they're going to be going to very specific websites about properties. I started a blog called San Francisco New Developments, and it focused only on one thing, the new developments in San Francisco, and it was only condos. It put a lot of good content on there. I shared it freely. And what ended up happening was it got a ton of traffic. And it got more traffic than the brokerage that we were currently at. And so I said, hey, you know what? There's a great opportunity here to start a blog. I don't know if you've heard of blogs before, but back then that was a new thing 13 years ago. So anyway, we led with this product and this website, and we built a great company and business out of it. This is San Francisco. These are the realtor maps. This is the realtor map. There's 10 districts in San Francisco. I said, oh my gosh, why don't we focus in District 9? This is the district that was sort of underdeveloped and where all of the housing and companies were slated to be developed. So we said, let's focus here. District 7 on the top is known for Pacific Heights and the Marina, and that's where all the famous mansions are. And if you keep going north, it's where Golden Gate Golden Gate Bridge. So District 9 is where I focused, and I said, you know what? Let's focus even deeper. Let's focus on 9H. It's a little sub-district called South Beach. And there were gonna be a lot of high-rises there, a lot of buildings that look like home for me. And I said, you know what? I think if I focus in this district, we could really make an impact. And then I took it a step further. Not only am I focused in 9H, but I'm gonna focus on this one building. This one building called the Infinity had 650 condos in it. It was the largest complex in the city. And I said, I'm gonna make a business here. And I moved into the building with my son and my wife. And that's where we started Climb. This is our first office, the Climb's office. First live-work loft. It was pretty dingy, pretty miserable. Chris, my good-looking partner over here, he's an expert in marketing and branding and sales. I was a master's in electrical engineering, strategy. I was an entrepreneur and technologist. The two of us together, we thought we would make a good team. And this was our first team, a band of 7 of us, young kids, and trying to figure out how to make a mark. So I'm going to go through a quick timeline of events and milestones to kind of give you an idea of how Climb evolved and what Climb's about. In 2006, cloud came out, Gmail, and we moved everything to the cloud at that time. We got rid of Outlook, and we lived in the internet, right? And so this allowed us to become mobile. It allowed us to have smaller office sizes, and it allowed us to work from our laptops and our phones. 2007, the blog came out, and what was groundbreaking about it for a brokerage to do it at the time was we gave the information away for free, right? I don't know if you remember when clients used to contact you to look up properties that were available for sale or give them sold properties. Back in 2007, we just said, you know what? The information's out there, just put it out there, give it for free. It was pretty controversial at the time. 2008, we're very early adopters of social media to promote real estate. You know, we were really early putting these Twitter badges on, the LinkedIn badge, the Facebook badge to share properties. 2009, we added this feature on our website called Virtual Floor Time. Whenever you came to our website, one of our agents was, if they were online at their computer, a badge would pop up over their head saying, hey, talk to me, chat with me. That was a big hit. We got a lot of leads from that. And it was pretty early to do that kind of thing. Then the housing crash happened. The big dip on the bottom there was the bottom of it. And that is when we decided to go indie. In 2009, 2010 timeframe, we went indie. And we opened a new type of office. It was a tech co-working office space with no assigned desks and no office phones. 2010, that was a pretty radical concept as well. People were like, well, where do I sit? Well, I don't understand where I sit. But it was to our agents, it was pretty natural. Chris did a great job in building this space and making it look gorgeous, making it a place for people to want to come to and work, and making it very aspirational. He hired a high-end designer to build this out, and this is what it looks like today still. All right, 2010, we went paperless. This is our transaction coordinator's desk, seriously. Back in the day, right before this, there were cabinets and cabinets of disclosure documents we had to deal with. And in San Francisco and California, where it's not uncommon to have a 600-page disclosure document, this was a big deal for us. 2010, we were climbing the ranks. We were ranked 14th in San Francisco. This was our team back then, very good-looking group, during our Vanity Fair photo shoot. 2011, we rolled out this concept called the Airstream Mobile Office, and it was inspired by the food truck craze. Back then, food trucks were very disruptive to restaurant owners, and they were a very new concept where experimental food would be driving around the city, and you can you could plant your office, plant your restaurant in any location you wanted. So we said, hey, there's something here. Maybe we should have some sort of office concept, real estate office concept. I wanted to get an ugly food truck kind of thing. Chris was like, no way. I'm going to buy this great Airstream and make it look gorgeous. And so we rolled this out to a lot of events, a lot of neighborhood gatherings, open houses, et cetera. So it's been a big hit for us as well. 2012, climbing the ranks again, 10th in San Francisco. We ended 2012 in the top 10 of brokerages in San Francisco. 2013, launched a new concept in data search, property search, merging the worlds of data visualization and search, called Explore. It was a great concept. It looks amazing. Nobody used it. It was a bomb. And we experimented with drones. We started flying these drones around the city, trying to take pictures. We decided it was a bad idea after getting complaints that the drones were looking into the 30th floor unit, and people were changing up there. And we said, oh, maybe this is not a good idea. We also thought, wow, what happens if one of these crashes and it lands on someone's head on the street? It's good in the suburbs, and it's good where you have a lot of space, but not good in the city. Anyway, you have to try things every once in a while. 2014, we were the first brokerage to try Matterport. We were first to pilot it. We were one of their early beta customers, and we helped give a lot of feedback to what the product is today. 2014 as well, let's see, next. Real Scout, they're one of our favorite tools out there. If you guys don't use it, you should really look into it. It's a great buyer-agent collaboration tool. And we are 7th in San Francisco, top 25 in the entire Bay Area. Around 2014, 2015, we got onto the $1 Million Listing show, San Francisco. Justin Feichelson was our agent, and it was great exposure. Unfortunately, the show wasn't that great. It was canceled after 1 year. San Francisco is not that interesting compared to LA, New York. Next one. Climb Labs. This is where we decided to form an incubator where we would experiment and be a home for the latest in real estate technology. Vendors would come to us because we had a pool of agents who wanted to try and test the tools, and we wanted to get on these new tools, these new tech tools, especially in San Francisco. It would give us an edge, it would give our agents an edge and help us serve our clients better. 2016, the awards started flying in. Most innovative brokerage, we got all kinds of individual recognition, we got all kinds of branding awards. We were being recognized for being tech savvy, innovative, not just on the technology side, but on the branding and business model side as well. And we were climbing the ranks, top 250 in the United States. Real Trends recognized us for 242 largest brokerage in the United States, with $1 billion in volume and 110 agents. And then, so why was our growth so strong? This was Mission Bay, the picture I showed you earlier. This is what it looks like today. This is where the Golden State Warriors are going to be playing. They just finished this arena. They're going to be opening it with Metallica and the San Francisco Symphony. The entire area is built out with tech and biotech and housing. This is downtown. That was that earlier picture I showed you. This is what it looks like today. The green buildings are all glass. The glass buildings, they're mostly glass, but they're all condos. They're all high-rises. One of them is 181 Fremont, which is the home of Facebook and Instagram. They took the entire building. Okay. 2016, NRT acquires Climb. We were so excited to join the Realogy franchise group and take Climb to the next level. And earlier this year, Realogy announced that Climb is going national. So they're going to be franchising Climb, and hopefully we'll see a Climb Las Vegas soon. All right, that's our story in a nutshell. I only had 12 minutes. That was originally an hour-long talk. I had to squeeze it down. But I have some learnings that I would like to pass on. Number one, find your North Star. What do I mean by that? These are some strategy slides that I pulled out from 2010, okay? And back then, I had my wife mock this up. She was a management consultant, and we looked at our business and really thought, my gosh, what should we be focusing on? And I said, what makes a great brokerage? You know what? There's one thing, sales leadership, okay? What does that mean? Market share, right? So you've got to pick a North Star and get everyone to relentlessly pursue that North Star. Market share in 9H and District 9 was our North Star. And I said, you have to forget everything else. I don't care if you have a house to sell in Pacific Heights. I don't care if you have a house to sell in the Sunset. You need to refer it out, and you need to focus on building your business in 9 and 9H. Because if we're not great here, we're going to be nothing. What else? So this is the market share. So District 9 is the red slide, okay? The red line, and back in 2010, it was not that high. It was about 17% of the city market share, and then it grew. It grew to almost 23% market share, became the #1 district. And as District 9 grew with all their housing, so did Climb. These are all the sub-districts in the city, and to the very left is South Beach. That is 9H. 5 of the 7 sub-districts in District 9 eventually grew to be in the top 10 in sales volume in the entire city. So by focusing on District 9, we were able to capture huge market share within the city because 5 of the districts in District 9 were of the top 10 in market share in the city. South Beach eventually grew to beat out Pacific Heights to become #1 in the entire city. And we owned it. Okay, anyone play Risk? How do you win Risk? Okay, I'm almost done. How do you win Risk? You got to take over Australia. If you try to take Europe or Asia or North America first, you lose. So you have to start with the smallest thing. You have to start with Australia, the subcontinent, and that's how you win the game. So start small. Be great at something. You can't be great at everything, but you are world-class at something. Go. Figure out what that is. It's how you win. One size does not fit all. You can't please all agents. You got to be who you're going to be and attract those agents only. Be yourself, right? Just be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Here's my last one, I think. To be a successful creator, you don't need millions, right? You don't need millions of dollars. You don't need millions of customers. You don't need millions of clients, nor millions of fans. You just need thousands of true fans. That's all you need to be successful. And this came from Kevin Kelly of Wired Magazine. And that's it. Thank you.